Welcome back, and we are going to discuss and how much it is real the threat of the another war over the Kashmir. As you know that between the Pakistan and India there has been the further three wars. It was 1497 and 65 and 71, and it was a three major war. After that there was also the fourth war, which was the 91. It was a minor. Now once again there is the clouds of the war are over the Pakistan and India. So how they can avoid it? So let's see what is Al Jazeera reports is saying about that.
Managing the status quo in Kashmir, tensions remain high between India and Pakistan. But could there be another all-out war between the countries? And is peace in this disputed Himalayan region even possible? This is Inside Story.
So Kashmir is a very beautiful valley, but you know that after the many wars in the Europe now they are living in the very peaceful way. But the reason behind that they know that what is the consequences of the war. But this lesson has to be learned by the Indians and the Pakistanis.
Hello and welcome to the program. I am Hashim Ahalbara. Sandwiched between India and Pakistan, Kashmir has been a flashpoint between the two nuclear powers since 1947. Both New Delhi and Islamabad claim all of the region. Each now controls parts of it after three wars in the past 70 years. A ceasefire agreement was reached 16 years ago, but it has been regularly violated. Last week, there were fears India and Pakistan were on the brink of a new war. India carried out airstrikes in retaliation for a suicide bombing that killed at least 40 Indian troops. In Indian-administered Kashmir, Pakistan responded shooting down a fighter jet and detaining its pilot, who was then returned to India as a gesture of goodwill. But
So, as you know that between Pakistan and India, there is a disputed area, which is the Kashmir. And if the Pakistan and India successfully resolve their issue on the Kashmir, then they will be this region can become a very peaceful. So let's see what is the Al Jazeera report say about that, because on the before that there was attack happened in the India on the 13th of the February. After that their situation was very intense between India and Pakistan.
Indian and Pakistani forces have also exchanged heavy gunfire along the borders of Kashmir, killing at least 7 people. We have the latest from both sides. First, Suhail Rahman in New Delhi.
Maintaining the status quo has been a conundrum for India and Pakistan that no one seems to have an answer for. Many analysts suggest that while Kashmir seems to be the main issue between the two countries, the de facto line of control may become and perhaps is the best possibility of a long-term border between the two countries. But to have that conversation, Islamabad and New Delhi need to speak to each other. And as far as India is concerned, New Delhi has had a problem with Pakistan. Over the last 7 decades, the country has been ruled by one military dictatorship after another. Civilian governments have rarely lasted long enough for New Delhi to have a conversation with them. And New Delhi will not discuss issues like this with unelected military officials. The nearest that these two countries ever got to speaking to each other about trying to resolve their long-standing issues and Kashmir was in the late 90s when President Pervez Musharraf was in charge of Pakistan. That fell through very quickly. And then also analysts suggest, how about the people of Kashmir on both sides of the line of control? Their aspirations, their wants and their needs should be considered. Will they be in the future is only a question that the politicians can ask. And then for India, the real concern is that no matter how far the negotiations go, there are always non-state actors and militant groups, or terrorists as they call them, that are sponsored, as far as New Delhi is concerned, by Pakistan. And it only takes one incident like that in Pulwama in mid-February to disrupt that status quo. It's a complicated political jigsaw that has yet no answer. For Inside Story, I'm Sahil Rahman in New Delhi.
So as you can see that there is the many things which are going to happen between India and Pakistan. They are on the proxy wars and they are the sponsor state group between Pakistan. It is not allied that only Pakistan is supporting some proxy group, but also the India. You know that the Kulbhushan, which is arrested by Pakistan authority, is the one of the Indian Navy officer which have been arrested by Pakistan Army. So if they want to the peace in the region, then they have to decide that they will not support any group in any other country to stop this conflict.
Kamal Haida is following events from Islamabad.
Tensions between India and Pakistan remain at an all-time high. Once again, it is the issue of Kashmir which has come to the forefront. India has blamed Pakistan for committing an act of terrorism when over 40 of its soldiers were killed in Pulwama. Pakistan said that it had no evidence to suggest that the attack was carried out from Pakistan, saying that the vehicle used in that was Indian and that the attacker was a Kashmiri with Indian nationality. Pakistan continues to maintain that this is a dangerous issue and that the two sides must sit together across the table to talk about all outstanding disputes. However, India had already agreed with Pakistan under the Shimla Agreement signed after the war in 1971 that all disputes must be settled bilaterally. The problem is India does not want a third-party intervention to try and sort out this dispute, and at the same time refuses to talk to Pakistan, bringing up the issue of terrorism. The Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan has already made an open offer to India that Pakistan is willing to discuss all outstanding issues in order to resolve this dispute. The ball, it seems now, is in India's court, according to most analysts here. And so far, the signals coming out of New Delhi show that there is no de-escalation underway. This is Kamal Haider for Inside Story from Islamabad.
So now you can see that this must be the positive response from the Delhi and from the Modi. If they not give the positive response, then they can be and a war can be escalated. And you know that the war is escalating between the two states which are the empowered with the nuclear weapon. Then there is not only for the dangers for these two countries, but for the whole world. As you know that the both countries if fire the atomic bomb on each other, then the deadly smoke of these bombs will damage the whole world. So I think this the open negotiations offer from the IK from Pakistan must be replied by the Modi and the New Delhi for as a positive response.